É,
Eu
mas
já
eu
estou com medo.
já estou com medo. Eu acho bom você ficar mesmo, Rodrigo, porque tá bem ruim. Yeah, guys. But maybe in another moment, if you want, I can share more or less what is happening in here.
Perfect.
But okay, morning two. This is one more immersion, one more talk immersion. My name is Bianca. I'm gonna be your host today. We are going to discuss about fake news and misinformation in internet and how to think about this actually. And in this nowadays, oh my God. Nowadays, it's a problem that we have to deal actually in several contexts and about a lot of stuffs. Like I keep seeing my mom, she really wanted to lose weight. And time to time, she appeared to me with a magical way to lose weight that she saw on the internet. To me, this is fake news too.
Yeah.
We pick some information that's not that true and build a story around it, a fake story about around it, for example. So we can see this in a lot of moments, in a lot of uh, âmbitos or places in our life. So yeah, it will be that. So let's start with our presentation and think about our first question. Why do you think fake news spreads so easily, even when we know it's false? First, okay, first I'm gonna make the follow question. Do you know when news is fake or not? Do you know, Rodrigo? Please, could you present yourself and answer to us if you have this feeling and how did you build this feeling about fake news?
I think in sometimes yes, but today is I think the fake news have a great in context, a great in qualities, and it's difficult do you see in the specific news with fake news or no. Especially fake news has good data, good information, and have this a good, I think, in these studies about the subjects. I think it is in the past. I read the books. I read the book How to Lie with Statistics, and I don't believe in the a lot of news. And if a news I believe in within the pé atrás because it's for me it's true. Okay, I thinking I know this news if true, but is easily I change my mind for the future. Okay, this truth I think in the true, not so true because this situation because the other situation. I see the fake news today is more easy identify when do you when do you when do you see I think in the politics and the other specific thinkings because the people's in the making the fake news is uh, I think in this making in the answers in the news try to attention the the equals words. I think more I think more easy identify, but other fake news is more complex, I think. That's it, guys.
Yes, every man. And you are talking, and I was thinking about deep fake, that now we can pick your face and make a
Yes.
call with other person. And so it seems that this whole problem, it becomes more complex with AI
Yes.
and so on. But fine. And Osvaldo, could you present yourself and say to us, how do you identify if a news it's a fake news or a real news.
A hard task. Okay, guys. Well, I hope you are doing well. Yeah, I'm here since last year, June. Yeah, so my journey here is advancing a lot, and I'm so happy and grateful for my result currently. Of course, I know I have a lot of challenges along the next step, but I believe I'm in a right path right now, and I live near to Campinas, São Paulo State, with my fiancé and a stepson, close to my parents and my children's related to my first marriage. Let me see another thing. Yeah, I work as software developer since pandemic, and I'm working a emergency project for a important customer for to my current company that I working for. Uh, and yeah, guys, I think that's it about my presentation. You know me, I'm here every 7 a.m. on weekdays. So, and let me see about the question. It's a hard task to do, identify what is real or not. I try to search in different sources. And in my country, I try to select different points of views, and try to find the same news in that sources, because I think when we uh, read and listen something about from people with different backgrounds and point of views, make sense, can make sense for me to, yeah, understand if something is real or not. But I don't know. In my opinion, I think it's almost impossible to identify what is the truth or not, because yeah, it's hard to identify. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I see, man. But it's a good strategy. A good
Yeah.
strategy. Do you agree, Lurian? Could you present us for us and share with us your techniques?
Yes, good morning. I'm Lurian. I live in Belo Horizonte and I'm 34 years old. I work as a business analyst and I have two pets, two dogs. They are sleeping now. They are lucky. And about the news, it's really hard for me because even it's hard to follow all the news, Nowadays it's so fast, like uh, the way people spread these, sometimes I cannot follow. I think sometimes when I'm getting there, other news just came and, like just yes, like maybe the first one was fake, and when they tried to say the truth that I was about to follow, and I decide to, no, no, before there is this new, about that, and okay, so I need to understand all the history behind. So I don't follow a lot of news like and journals or socials normally, and I just sometimes I just get how can I say, pop up like about the things, and if it's interesting for me, sometimes I look, but the most of time no. And this is really uh, bad because even pictures nowadays, like I have a way to sometimes relaxing with socials in the night, and like look, the picture is beautiful here, and my boyfriend just said for me, this is AI, Luria, this is a fake picture. So even before, just the news was fake, now even the pictures. So
And videos.
and videos, everything. So I don't have techniques. I have my boyfriend. So sometimes he said to me, like, okay, this is fake about videos and pictures. But about news, I try to check this. And when it's so like, oh, this is not true, I check in some channels that I really trust, like channels I know that normally it's truly one. But I don't have a real technique, guys, and I don't lose my time. Sometimes I'm a bit lazy for this. Sorry, I'm not this kind of person. But yes, it's me.
I see you, girl. Yeah. Sometimes I work studying society. So sometimes I feel that I'm really into news, every kind of news. And to be honest, I feel that I am getting sick mentally because I don't know if we are just sharing bad news. It seems that we don't have good news actually to tell. Oh my God, it's so sad. But I'm considering like to stay away of some social media because sometimes it seems that I need a break, but I don't know yet because I really need this kind of source sometimes to understand what is happening. But I had this conversation some weeks ago with Simone, and we watched a video in Spanish. And in that video, they said that every instantaneous news, it will be fake because we couldn't have time to see all the faces of this news. Because sometimes we see a news, but just a face of this news, and we need time to have all the other dimensions of this news for and to not to make a judgment from it, but thinking about justice, for example, the justice system need these other aspects to judge, but judge thinking about justice, these facts, what happened. And I'm giving this example because I follow a lot of policy, policy violence, for example, in Brazil, because I study Black youth mainly. And sometimes we now have the corporal camera, and sometimes we have another person too recording from outside. And just seeing these two games of camera, if we see just the corporal camera, sometimes we lose what the other person was recording. And if we see just what the other person was recording, we lose the corporal camera. So just to exemplify how different looks about the same situation, it's important to give to you the whole picture about what happened in that moment. And sometimes it seems that news, it turns gossip. As Ludian said, sometimes we know a news that pop up now, and we have to keep continuous following this gossip news to understand what happened. So it's difficult, I guess. But one tip that Osvaldo gave to us, I try to do too, to see a news in one source and then try to find another source and another source to have this big picture or what a lot of people are thinking about the same fact. I try to do this actually because of my father. I was trying to understand his mind. And I was like, oh my God, I have to consume news from the place that he is consuming to try to understand at least. And I
Just with selected news, okay? It's hard to do this with all news, it's impossible.
yeah, you can't leave.
Yeah, yeah. For example, if you see some interesting for your research, it maybe could be interesting for you do that.
Okay, I see. And starting again with you, Luria, about the question number 3, do you think social media platforms have a responsibility to filter out fake news? Why or why not? We have a big discussion today that the platform is just a platform. Just give the voice for others. So should
Yes.
they be responsible for what is circulating in there?
Like today is like that. No, it's just a platform. They don't have responsibilities because you just agree about the contract, right? When you do a subscription in the platform. So what you do there doesn't matter, right? But the problem is about the number of followers that someone can have, or about how the platform can spread the same reels, the same stories, or the same everything, So, at the same time that someone is posting something fake, the platform is taking this and spread for other people, And this is not the fault of the who is posting; it's the algorithm and platform that will spread. So, in my opinion, that is yes, that is a co responsibility, about that. But I think it's really hard to do some kind of issues with this, with regulation, because we talk all the time about that in internet is like we don't have any laws, like it's not just about platforms or socials, it's about everything. And how we can put some kind of regulation on this, how we can control this. And in the same time that one people do this, the other ones start to do too, the other channels. So in the end, who started, who will be punished, the first one, the second one, the 1000th one. So I think it's really hard to control, right? Because the thing is just going and bye bye. And that is sometimes I saw the same new and different channels. I never know who started this. I think it's possible to know who started, but in the after everyone spread this. Everyone spread. So who will be the who will be punished? Like the first one, okay, but then the other ones, because they did the same. So I think yes, but at the same time, I don't have hope that we can get in this point. At least not now with the rules and the laws we have. I don't think we can have equality for punish like this, But in my opinion, the platform, um, there is some part of it on it.
Yes, I feel you. And for you, Oswald, what do you think about it?
I have similar point of view of Lurian, and I'm trying to bring a developer point of view, because some organizations are responsible for creating the technology behind the scenes of these platforms, and I think these kind of organizations could be responsible to create mechanisms to handle better with fake informations on the web, in my opinion. Of course, if you see, uh, 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 yeah, if you try to find some technical way to solve this one, it's not easy because, like you said, the proposal of social network is to give voice for everyone. But I think along the way we've realized that mindset could be dangerous for us. So yeah, in my opinion, these organizations could create and research some technologies and way to try to mitigate these things, Like I said, that's not easy, in my opinion, technically, but I think that organizations, there are a lot of awesome guys and girls uh, that they are able to investigate deeply a solution or a way to mitigate this problem, you know. I think that's it.
Yeah, it's complex.
It's
Thank you,
complex.
Rodrigo. I'm trying to think what I can think, but I don't know yet. Let's hear Rodrigo choose.
Guys, I agree the points of the Oswald and Lura said, but I think in the social media, I think in this platform, the platform is making a lot of money when the news when the news goes to viral, the news quando a notícia viraliza, because this social media is they gain a lot of money when the discussion and they have a lot of attention for the person. Example of this, a lot of person they put the polemic thinkings for yourself, for other self, but this specific polemic thinking is making an engagement. Is good engagement or no? Because this when there's a lot of person talking about the specific person, for example, talking good thinkings or talking bad thinkings, is don't have problem for a specific person because the person is in trend talk of the Twitter and the making the news viral in the other social media and a lot of person talking about her or him. Is a technique using a lot for the famous person. And the companies is have these techniques too, and the social media is go ahead because this gain a lot of money. I think in this complex because well, capitalism, guys. The platforms don't have intention for this stop this because this gain a lot of money. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't see of parts of the platforms it try to make in the regulation or tools for to stop this because this gain a lot. But I see in responsibility of the government and the persons and try to make him and analyze thinkings in your population, in your children, in your why China is try to put learning about this in the children in the mid schools in the I think in other countries don't have this preoccupation in the putting the specific things in our person learn. In my culture, Brazil, don't have the the basic information for the children. For example, financial things. It's crazy. I don't believe in this governments and the social media have intention uh, for changing these specific things because these governments in my country and social media gain a lot because this. I think this, guys.
Yes, sure, Rodrigo. I think that the money tell a lot about some social media's intention, but to me, they have responsibility because of this, because they are gaining a lot of money and they already have a fact check to publish things online. Because if you don't have a filter, guys, the humanity, it's so not dangerous, podre, but I don't know how can I say that in English. Because if they don't have some kind of filter, the Instagram, Facebook, and so on, it will be well, we will start to see a lot of videos about people getting hurt, for example, because there are people that make this kind of content, but they try to publish sometimes and they can't. You can search better online if you want to, but there are a position of job that I really wouldn't like to have. That is people that keep watching some videos like this to see if this video is allowed to go to the social media or not. This to me, it's the worst job in the world, you know, because you are dealing with the tiny line, what is legal and what is illegal to go to some kind of platform. So they already have this kind of regulation, I guess. And thinking about, I think that extreme opinions generate likes, generate polemic, and generate money. And to me, the big aspect in here, it's just to be transparent and apply the rules for everyone, independent who you are. You have to follow the rules. And these rules should be public, not in a document that you click in a box and say, I accept. This is so generic. You don't know actually what you are accepting, in fact. So to have the real rules in this social media, we do not accept this, and this. And in this case, this kind of content, it will be removed from the social media. This should be clear because we are dealing with a lot of people with a lot of education of different backgrounds. And to me, nowadays, we are facing a very hard problem about text interpretation. So we have to be didactic for everyone and make everyone know what they are accepting. If they want to make part of the social media, they have to know what they are accepting and what rules they are accepting mainly. Because if you just follow the flow, it will be like this. The polemic stuff, it will be the top trend always, I think. So, yeah. But trying to move on, I saw a good one in here. Okay, number 8. And I will ask you about the number 8 because I saw a meme in the internet that was a lady that was showing for her granddaughter, like, oh, look this picture. It's an ant talking saxophone, playing saxophone. It's an ant playing saxophone, and that lady, it was showing for her granddaughter, like, oh, look at this, so beautiful. And she was really believing in it, that ants can play saxophone. So, you know, like, it seems that if you don't have some background in your life, like I was born in a moment that we didn't have so many access for social media and IA and so on. So I feel that I can look at some image like an ant playing a saxophone and see that, oh my God, this is fake for sure. But it seems that some other generations are too old generations or too young generations don't have this filter. So thinking about the question number 8, how can we teach people to be more critical of the information that they consume online? Could you help us, Oswald? How do you teach this for your children? Do you talk about this with your wife or your family?
Well, along the way, I try to filter a lot the information that I consume. For example, nowadays, I don't use to read news, general news, you know, to be honest. I don't, yeah, any kind of news. I just search for informations that is important for me in career and personal aspects. So I don't have this a kind of feeds, you know, about news in my cell phone or my device, something like that. So this is the first point, in my opinion. It's important to you to select what is important for you. Like we can see, for example, if we are filling our profile in some platform, for example, about these following topics, what are you interested for, you know? So it's important to filter what is important for you. And the second one for me, I've learned along the way that it's important to check the sources for sure. When I was teenager, I had a teacher that teaches about that. That's important when you have been seeing some news, some information that it's important you check the source and try to understand the point of view of that source. As we know, any kind of sources there are a point of view because sources are created by humans, and humans have points of views, different points of view. So it's important to check that and confirm and evaluate different, in my opinion, 3 points of view. That's about the same thing. It's important because you can evaluate better all the aspects related that, you know. So it's my technique, but I do that only with something that is important to me, like I said, because I was joking in the beginning of this conversation. It's impossible to do that with any news that we see on the platforms and newspaper and so on. And yeah, I do these two techniques. I think it's a good path to solve that, or try to solve that.
Let's see. I was I was searching about this immersion, and I saw that in some country from the north, I don't remember if it's Denmark or Switzerland, but they are teaching in the schools how to identify fake news. And I was thinking,
A good
should
way
we
as
do
well.
that? How
Yeah,
do you do that? Like, and they based a lot of in history because a lot of fake news came from misconception about the history sometimes.
yeah.
So they based a lot on it sometimes. So yeah, it's weird. What do you think, Rodrigo? How do you teach in your home or your family or your colleagues people to be more critical about the information that they are consuming? And should we teach how to identify fake news in schools?
It's a deep question because there's some persons don't have, I think, don't believe and don't have capacity for the identify the fake news because this specific persons needs believe in this specific news. Don't and specific persons don't need in the analyze, don't need to see the simple things. In my case, I try to teach my mom first and my daughters about the news. I think in this when I try to talk with my mom, I think in this I think in teaching my mom this okay, mom, reflecting about the news. For example, my mom have the Facebook and a lot of posts about the sales about the things my mom wants to buy, and I try to teach my mom, mom, look in these specific products in the stores. These specific products have the price for the 1,000. And this posts, the specific process, the price is 20, 20, 20 no, but to 200 reais, 215 reais. It's not so true. Don't have the companies is it puts the prices. You need to train in your mind in your because it's a lie in the post. In other situations, I try to put in mind of my mom uh, aspects of the news. If I see the news in the Facebook, for example, try to search in the other things, the Google and the other platforms, and try to read about this. Try to making your knowledge about this. I think in the I think in the easily thinking is your try to making the critical thinking in your mind, but some persons don't need this, don't want this. Specific persons, I believe in the prefer in the picking their simple news and okay, is news is true. I defended the point of views. I don't want to analyze this because some thinkings I try to every single day put in mind of my mom and my daughters. Okay, the news is the simple news. Is a true or lie? And you are identified because you analyze, critical about this. Other good examples, sorry, this standing, but in the courses today, a lot of persons and they try to buy the courses, and the courses is make and develop persons in 3 months. Guys, it's simple. It's not so true. It's impossible. Have outliers in the words, okay, but in January, it's not so true. It's simple. The persons need this information or mind in the buy. And after this, it's not so making the developer in 3 months because it's impossible. Lots of information. Is another example about the fake news in my point of views. That's it, guys.
Yeah, man. I totally agree. And you were talking, and I remember once that I was so stupid. Because I saw an advertisement online about 2 whey's, 1 kilogram each one, and one creatina for 100 reais. And it was a good brand. And I thought, oh my God, this is so nice. It's a good deal. And I bought it. And for sure it was a scam because it's impossible. Just do that, like, no, it's impossible to sell these 2 whey's from a very good brand for $100,
You
So
received
yeah, it
a
was totally
box
scam.
of rock. You got a box of rock in your home.
I didn't receive anything. Like it was a true scam. And I went to Reclame Aqui and where else, and like people laughing about me, like, girl, please, how did you do that? It was so absurd. But yeah, this is fake news too. It's a scam, but it's fake news too, in my
Yeah.
perception. But I was so, if I had a little bit of critical thinking, but no. What do you think, Luria? How do you, I know that you take your boyfriend's help sometimes, but do you have this kind of discussion?
Yes, yes. But my boyfriend, because he's a tech guy, like he's a engineer, like computer science. So normally he works with AI, so he understands more that. So normally he helps me with the pictures, with the videos. But about the fake news, it's really hard for him to teach me because he is from France, So in Brazil, I think we have a different way, right, to spread fake news. But you talk about education, how we can educate, how we can help. I think in the beginning, always is about who you follow, and why you are following these things. So maybe try to do a detox, a work that why you are following this kind of channels, why you are following, this is important for you, this is relevant for you. I think in the beginning you need to see that, like when socials started, my sister always, she was following every page, like everything. And I said, why you follow this, why you follow this? And she said to me, no, you should follow this one too. But I say, no, because I don't have anything that I identify with this person. Why I will follow someone? So first, I think we need to work, then do a work with people that why you have this these needs, to follow all the news, to be update with all everything. So I think this is the first thing. And second, I think is maybe have a critical thinking, like, look, this looks like real for you. So try to analyze more. I know sometimes it's hard. My sister was she had a scam like you, Yanka, that we want to buy like a foundation, but in a stick, and this is really expensive. It's like almost 200 reais. And she found two for 150. And she
Oh,
said, Luria, and the same brand, okay? The same brand. Luria, they are doing a promotion. And I said, they never did a promotion. No, they are doing a promotion. I will buy it. I will buy. She bought. And after she realized that there is a dot in the website. So it was not a real website, it was like almost the same thing. And
oh,
fortunately, she could take all the money back because she called for the card. The card cancel the bill, and it's okay. But like she passed it for a moment that, oh my God, I got in one scam, because of course, this price is not real. So I think it's normal. Okay, Yanka, don't worry. I think in the end, you want to take advantage sometimes, or you want to just buy something we want. I think it's normal. And so for me, it's more like that. You need to keep have this kind of critical thinking every time for prevent a lot of things. Maybe your filter that you have one day it's not good, like, okay. But I think if you work on this all the time, will prevent you a lot of times, and maybe you are just thinking this time that you didn't are good, you are not good, no, I was not good. But try to think in all the times that you prevent something too. So I think it's keeping like feeding this education. You need to keep moving to try to all the time uh, reflect about this too, about the news. And like I said in the beginning, try to select, to do a filter, what are you are following, because maybe you are receiving a lot of fake news because of this kind of page, maybe channels that you follow. So I think the end is that we cannot run away, but we can avoid for sure.
Yeah, and sometimes it's generical pages, it seems, like a very generical thing, like fofoca, o nome da página. It's so generic. And
Yes, I agree.
when you see you are being, yeah, bombarded with a lot of fake news or useless news sometimes. I was in my feed and I was thinking, man, why am I receiving so many notice and news about Virginia? I don't like her. And when I stopped to see, I'll look like it's this fucking page that I am following. Rodrigo, please go on.
One point about this, because this I believe in the, for example, the fake news and the tendency news has a lot of platform. For example, I identify the danger tendency news and the big platforms of the news because this in this specific time, this platform has a tendency in making the thinkings in the peoples about the culture, about the other thinkings, they follow this. I think in this, I try to making the critical analyzing my mind and my daughters a lot of places targets in the platform. Me too. I try to teach my daughter critique is me, my wife, and the other person, because in the future, I thinking is a possible I am I will change my mind for the bad person, and I try to making the critical thinkings in my daughter is I don't know this word in English, but analise até as minhas coisas. Because this, I don't believe in the have one platform in the world is 100% is true. I don't believe this. I critical a lot of person, a lot of platform. Sorry.
No, you are right, actually. I follow some person, I trust in some platforms, but I agree that sometimes, okay, Luria, she went, okay. But I agree that we have to be always critical because I don't trust anyone nowadays thinking about big pictures, big platforms or big profiles, because sometimes there are some interest behind of this person. So it's nice to be
Yes.
aware that we have to be critical. And in my family, one thing that I really invest in all children that are coming is in therapy and education. Because now I am not earning a lot of money, but I can afford for a therapist for my cousin, for example, or a course. I ask her, what do you want to do? Do you want to do English? Do you want to study for a pré-vestibular to get into a university? What do you want to do? We can try to manage this and make and invest in this, because education to me it's a kind of investment in these children to think better, to become a better person. And I had this person in my life. I have someone that paid to me, so now I am paying for the other ones, and I know that they will pay for the other ones because it's a stair stuff, you know. We do this in our family. So I think that investing in education mainly, it's a nice way because we don't have patience to read more about the stuffs. We want the news very fast, very resumed, and we can't tell whole the truth, thinking about the whole dimensions in 30 seconds. We need to have more patience and more attention to understand the big picture about that problem and see that's more complex than what we think sometimes. So yeah, I'm sorry, 7 o'clock. Guys, thank you very much for today. It was really awesome to talk about this. You were awesome.
Take care, guys.